So there's been a recent shitstorm of fighting between Traversable MGTOW and Bearing. It all started when Angry MGTOW was featured in one of Bearing's podcasts when Bearing simply asked Angry MGTOW what or who does he think of when he's masturbating, which is a reasonable question considering Angry MGTOW openly states that he has zero interest in real women and can't wait until the male utopia arrives, which means that he can't wait for all women to disappear from the face of the earth.
Now, the reason I bring up Angry MGTOW is because I actually had the opportunity to speak with the guy last weekend. It was on a live stream hosted by Adindro Whitehall, which included Ed, Angry MGTOW, Sir Sick, and myself. It was a pretty interesting stream that got underway with a smooth start.
Have you got the fucking... Oh, look, we're live. That's not very professional, is it? Fuck.
Son of a bitch! You ruined everything. Well, these guys showed up. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my first stream of 2017, the first American stream.
We kicked off by discussing Angry MGTOW's dream of establishing an all-male utopia in the future.
I wanted to jump right in because there was one thing that I heard you talking on a stream that I thought was interesting, which was the idea of a all-male utopia. I'm guessing in the future. I'm guessing you don't want to genocide anybody, but like an all-male utopia using artificial wombs. What's that all about? It's kind of out there.
Well, for example, I'm sure you've heard of what's her name, like Andrea Dworkin or
Andrea Dworkin.
Yeah. Dworkin's a good one.
Dworkin's a dork.
You know, she had this concept that, you know, society should reduce the male population down to 10%. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and I remember Femithius doing a hoaxy thing about that. We were talking about that earlier. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, on my end, it's nothing like that. Like you said, it's not about genocide. It's not about killing women. It's just a concept of creating a world just for men. And I don't see it happening even in my lifetime. But a lot of things, you know, they take time, they take effort, and they take work. And I see the concept of a male utopia being something that, you know, where there are no women, where there are only men, being something that it's a great thing to imagine. It's a great thing to think about the possibilities, because I think that when women are around, men tend to act like idiots.
You realize that male utopia does sound like a porno, though?
What was that?
It sounds a bit like a gay porno.
Yeah, just a bit.
Gay porno?
Yeah.
Male Utopia, the porn movie.
Okay.
How would you recreationally get like jizz? Would there be sex robots? Would you have jerk circles?
The idea of a male utopia would be this. First off, we wouldn't obviously need artificial wombs so that we can sustain life. Once we have artificial wombs in place, that's the main thing. We wouldn't have sex bots. We would call them companion bots, because they would provide more than just sex. Sex is something that happens over the course of 5 minutes. Real interpersonal is something that would become paramount, and that's something.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think that's how it would, because you are hitting on things that are actually really underway. The artificial womb is pretty close to being a thing. It might actually be a thing in your lifetime. And
3 minutes, come on, let's be realistic. Fucking hell.
Now, Angry MGTOW refers to himself as a MGTOW monk, which is apparently like the black belt of MGTOW.
Explain what a monk is to us again. Like, so what is there? Is there different? Is there different levels of being MGTOW? Is there different stages or something?
There are different stages in the basic format of MGTOW. In other words, you know, some MGTOWs disengaging from society, some MGTOWs choosing to have sex or not to have sex with women. But MGTOW monk is essentially the final state. It's the highest platform you can achieve in MGTOW. It's essentially where you're disengaging from women. You're having as little as possible to do with women. You are not, you know, you don't go on dates, you don't have sex, you're not having long-term relationships or any real relationships with them. Instead, you're focusing on yourself.
Now, all of this in my head led to one very important and pressing question.
I've got a really, really personal question, and then tell me to fuck off if you don't want to answer it. Okay. When you're jerking it right, do you think about women?
What was that?
When you're pulling yourself off, right? When you're having a wank, Do you think about chicks or do you think about other stuff?
Oh boy, Bearing, I wish I was a hunter and you were in the woods right now.
And there's your answer.
you know who you're fucking talking to, man. He's caught up on. He's like, do you masturbate to real girls or do you masturbate to anime girls? That's Bearing. But
So no comment. No, that's fair enough. You don't have to answer that.
That's fucking.
It's a pretty personal question. Let's be fair.
Well, it's relevant for fuck's sake. We're talking about society. What are men to point to?
I did hear a stream though where your advice to men was if you feel like you're in love with a girl and you're going crazy over a girl, just jerk off, and then you'll get over it.
Yes. Okay. So that's obviously thinking of it.
No, you said that.
And what's your problem with that?
Doesn't have a problem.
Well,
with
I mean, no, I don't actually.
He's trying to get.
But
You're trying to dig it practical. You're really trying to redirect to Bearing's question. And do I need to tell you?
Yeah, kind of. We're interested. We want to know. We're not trying to belittle you. We're not trying to make you look bad. We're curious.
There has to be separate the genders.
I'm not going to answer that question next. Let's go get on to the next one. There you go.
Okay.
Sorry.
What's next?
Fucking rely on Bearing to just take it there.
Where do you go to from there?
Where do you go from there?
Now, I thought that was a fair and practical question to ask. Like, let's imagine it's the year 2100, and chicks have been extinct for decades, and you go to the lab to pick up your new son who's due to be extracted from his artificial womb. Now fast forward 13 years and you're sitting on your armchair having a cold beer after work, and your son sheepishly approaches you and says, "Hey Dad, can I ask you a question? I don't fucking know why, but my dick's gone all hard, and for some reason I've got a strong desire to stick it in something. I've tried the toaster, I've tried a hollowed out cantaloupe, I've tried the gap between the cushions on the couch, and I've even tried the end of the vacuum cleaner hose. The end of the vacuum cleaner hose was the best, but only with the vacuum on low. But Dad, my point is, none of it really felt right. What the fuck's happening to me? Why the fuck would someone's dick go hard like this? Am I a freak?" Nobody should be put in that situation. Nobody. And that's why my question about what Angry MGTOW thinks about while he's having a wank is of the utmost importance. Thank you.
And to be completely fair, it was Angry MGTOW himself who first started the trolling by calling Bearing a feminist in a video. Angry MGTOW went on to create a large number of this clickbaiting trolling series where he was slandering many popular anti-feminist channels by calling them feminists. This was done to attract views in a very cheap manner. This is when our beloved friend Traversable MGTOW threw a cheap shot and called Bearing a pedophile without any evidence or facts behind it. All because Bearing uses a cartoon avatar which somehow Traversable MGTOW thinks is done to bait kids online. All without any evidence of Bearing being an actual pedophile, which is a very serious allegation that in most cases would require the attention of law enforcement. Traversable MGTOW has been living under a rock because there are so many adult cartoons that use animated characters such as Family Guy, Salad Fingers, and Happy Tree Friends, just to name a few. So when Traversable MGTOW called Bearing a pedophile, that is actually called slandering, and it's against the community guidelines on YouTube. Slandering people and making up lies about them on YouTube is a serious breach of community guidelines and can be pursued with legal action. And looks like it's not the first or the last time that Traversable MGTOW was using false pedophile allegations against random people online. It's usually someone who disagrees on his point of view. So instead of having a civil and respectable debate with his opponents, Traversable MGTOW simply starts slandering them and calling them a pedophile. Cheap shots like these are all the rage in the MGTOW true forced loneliness community amongst mentally disturbed men and who often suffer from autism. And usually when someone calls out another person as something that they despise, on many occasions the person who does the slandering is the one who exhibits the offending behavior. Remember that film, The American Beauty, where the father of the kid who accuses his son of being gay on a constant basis? Then suddenly you see that same homophobic dad making out with Kevin Spacey in the garage. That exact moment reminds me of the slandering person in this video, slandering others while hiding deep, dark secrets himself. But wait, it gets worse.
So I've already mentioned that the way I discovered Traversable MGTOW was via his 35-minute video in which he repetitively accuses me of being a pedophile. So in the spirit of healthy revenge, I published a comparatively light-hearted 4-minute video yesterday in which I explained that Traversable MGTOW is gay. I knew that would get under his skin because I've noticed that he feels obliged to remind us that he's not gay every 2 minutes in his regular content. Now, considering the video that he made that I was responding to, what do you think his reaction was? Did he maybe laugh it off, or did he get in touch to resolve this silly feud like gentlemen? Did he make another video about me? Nope. He flagged my video for harassment and bullying. What a stand-up guy.
So gay.
So YouTube have removed my video and given me a community guidelines strike, which I've naturally appealed. Now if that appeal gets rejected, it'll mean that live streaming will be disabled on this channel for 3 months. Oh well, I suppose it serves me right, harassing an innocent little MGTOW who accused me of being a pedophile. Have I no soul?
How about no?
Yeah. So that's how I reckon these particular MGTOWs are exactly the same as feminists.
So it seems that the Big Joe can only dish out criticism but can't take any back, and Turd Flinging Monkey has captured this brilliantly in his recent video in the comments section between himself, Bearing and Traversable MGTOW. Turd Flinging Monkey responds to Traversable MGTOW and I quote, "You swung first," he responded, "and you flagged the video for harassment. That's how women act when they slap a guy and play the victim when they get knocked to the floor. You two are free to hash out your differences, but giving his channel a strike was a bitch move." End quote. And last but not least, Messenger Rising has taken one of my recent videos completely out of context and slandered me by saying that I feed harmful information to men. Here's what he said.
MGTOW 101 is saying that he was being sarcastic. He wasn't really advocating to have sex with women's wives.
Fucking bollocks. Do you know what? I knew that would. I preempted that fucking excuse. Oh, I was just joking. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Why don't you make another joke about fucking someone's wife? I tell you what. Why don't you make a joke about fucking, getting his wife pregnant? And yeah, we'll all have a fucking good laugh about that. Here's a joke for you, MGTOW 101. Some man his kids weren't his, and he went off and fucking shot himself in the head with a shotgun. You know, that's fucking funny, isn't it? Yeah, look, I'm only joking, though. I'm only joking. Do you get it?
Yeah,
that's what he's like. Do you get it? Well, no, because it ain't fucking funny. The things people joke about and the things people immediately laugh at. Really, when they laugh at racist jokes, when they laugh at people hurting themselves and stuff like that, it really exposes the sick nature of the individual. Yeah. That's truly who they are.
And this is the segment of my video in question that Messenger Rising took out of context.
I thought, my God, this is hilarious. It's Father's Day weekend, and here's the biggest joke that I think I've ever had played on me, transpiring right now.
The letter said he owed $8,500 in back child support plus medical expenses for a baby his ex-wife had with another man.
So the court was asking you to pay for a child that's not yours.
Exactly.
I went to Ottawa County front of the court office to get answers. How is this legal? Their spokesperson agreed to do an on-camera interview, but on the scheduled day changed his mind and would only answer our questions over the phone. He told us it didn't matter who the biological dad is, only what's in the best interest of the child. In other words, which one can take best care of the child financially.
Holy shit, fuck boys. You know what that means. If you want to pump and dump bitches and never have to worry about paying child support or raising children, just fuck a married woman and let the cuckold husband take care of the cuckoo baby. Extra points for a cream pie. You're welcome.
Now you tell me if you think I was joking or if I was being 100% serious and urging men who are MGTOW to go out and fuck married women without condoms, cream pieing them, and then leaving these women to raise their cuckoo children. I mean, for fuck's sake, I even used the funny computer guy voice to highlight the satire in that video.
Yes, you fucking did. You funny cunt.
Furthermore, most of my subscribers know that I use a lot of satire and humor in my videos. This is actually why I'm a likable person and why my channel is growing faster than any other MGTOW channel. I provide humor, satire and entertainment wrapped in the MGTOW message. Humor, you should try it sometime, Messenger Rising. Is fucking idiot allergic to humor, or is humor allergic to fucking idiot? Now lastly, I could not care less if Traversable MGTOW or any other true forced loneliness man who thinks he is MGTOW is starting shit fights with lighter channels on YouTube. Sometimes drama is good and gets people watching more of our content. What I do fucking care about and find absolutely a bitch move by Traversable MGTOW is the fact that he flagged Bearing's video and cried the bitch victim card. This is a female reaction. Either that or you are really a feminine man who has too much estrogen flowing through your veins. I don't care if anyone is gay because gay people like Milo Yiannopoulos are fighting on our side and are fucking awesome, but you, sir, are a homophobic feminist cunt who slanders people calling them pedophiles and uses a bitch victim card against those that criticize you for all the right reasons. Stop acting like a bitch, grow some balls, and do the right thing by Bearing and revoke that community guideline strike. If you do the above, then I'll respect you in the sense that you became a bigger man. If you don't, then I want to remind all the MGTOW followers that channels like Traversable MGTOW and Messenger Rising are cancer and have nothing to do with MGTOW, as they are more interested in taking larger channels and causing bitch fights because they could not care less about men's rights, their issues, or MGTOW. I do not want to make videos like this because it stops me from creating my usual MGTOW content for men who are genuinely interested in learning about MGTOW and why it's important. So like I said, do the right thing or get ready to be ousted. For everyone else, I'll be back tomorrow with my usual content. Sorry about the long rant, but this side of the argument needed to be told.